Good day everyone, so we are the group 3 and now we were going to report about the Philippine Century Hints.
Our first objectives are assess results ratings, evaluate the value of understanding the past, and frame argument based on evidence. Results essay. Results essay the Philippines within 100 years. Translated as the Philippines a century hence. Aim to forecast the future of the country within 100 years. This essay was published in La Solidaridad and analyzes the deteriorations of the Philippines society, economy, and native culture under Spanish rule. More importantly, results essays serve to promote nationalism among Filipinos, awakening their minds and hearts, so they would fight for their rights.
The three causes of miseries. The first one is the Spain implementation of harsh military laws. So Spain military rules like the encomienda system and forced work, or we called pulo-wise servicios, caused a big drop in the Philippines population. This role made Filipinos work on farms and projects for free lang, making poverty worse and leaving field empty. Families suffered now because men had to leave home for work, breaking up homes and stopping progress. Second is the deterioration and disappearance of Filipino indigenous culture. So when the Spanish came with sword and cross, they slowly destroyed the native Philippines culture. Local belief, languages, songs, and poems, and also the tradition were pushed aside for Catholic ways and European customs. So making Filipino lose trust in their own past, this created doubt about the present and fear for the future. As things like community health, bayanihan, and old ritual faded. Experts like Renato Constantino say this cultural loss hurt Filipino pride, making it harder to fight back against the Spanish and leaving people feeling small. And lastly, the passivity and submissiveness to Spanish colonizer. So Spanish priests used force, fear, and religion to make Filipinos stay quiet and obey. Through things like the Inquisition and using faith to control people, natives learned to give in to foreign power, putting up with unfair treatment. This quiet behavior, backed by the threat of punishment, stopped group fight and let the bad treatment go on. The stories from Jose Rizal book shows how this obedient way of thinking delayed Filipino from waking up and fighting back until the late 1880s.
So, results forecast. So, Jose Rizal, a national hero, was worried about the future of the Philippines under the Spanish rule. He saw that Filipino initially welcomed the Spanish as a protector, but soon they realized that they were being exploited. Rizal warned that if the Spain doesn't change, a revolution would happen. So, and Rizal believed that if Spain didn't give the Filipinos right and freedom, the Philippines would fight for independence. And he wanted to achieve this peaceful through talks with Spain. Rizal was assured that Philippines would win its freedom, and that's exactly what happened. And the Philippines became independent years after Rizal's death. Thank you.
So, the challenges that confronts Filipino is first economic inequality. This means the rich and poor are very far apart. A few people control most resources while many Filipinos struggle. Because of these opportunities for education, jobs, and a better life are not equal. Second challenge is weak governance. This refers to corruption, lack of discipline, and the pwede na attitude. Government funds are often misused and rules are not followed properly. So, as a result, progress becomes slow. Third is social divisions. Filipino become divided by politics, beliefs, and misinformation. Instead of working together, people argue and spread fake news. This slows down peace, unity, and national development. So, four is cultural apathy. Many Filipinos lost interest in their own culture and avoid taking responsibility. People tend to blame others instead of acting. This weakens our sense of identity and accountability. So the fifth is call to action or Rizal's echo. Rizal inspires us to use education and modern tools like technology to create change. We must aim for unity, reduce inequality, and make justice a priority for everyone.
About sobre la indolencia de los Filipinos. This is said to be the longest essay written by Rizal, which was published in the five installments in the La Solidaridad from July 15 to September 15, 1890. The essay was described as defense against the Spaniards who charged that the Filipinos are inherently lazy and indolent. The indolence of the Filipinos is said to be a study of the causes why the people did not, as was said, work hard during the Spaniards' regime. Rizal pointed out that the long before the coming of Spaniards, the Filipinos were industrious and hardworking. So next, the Spanish regime brought about a decline in economic activities because of the following causes. First, the establishment of the galleon trade cut off all previous associations of the Philippines with another other countries in Asia and the Middle East. As a result, business was only conducted with Spain through Mexico. Because of this, the small businesses and handicraft industries that flourished during the pre-Spanish period gradually disappeared. Second, Spain also extinguished the natives' love of work because of the implementation of forced labor. Because of wars between Spain and other countries in Europe, as well as the Muslim in Mindanao, the Filipinos were compelled to work in Spaniards' roads and other public works, abandoning agriculture, industry, and commerce. Third, Spain did not protect the people against foreign invaders and pirates. With no arms to defend themselves, the natives was, was killed, their houses burned, and their lands destroyed. As a result of this, the Filipinos were forced to become nomads, lost interest in cultivating their lands or in rebuilding the industries that were shut down, and simply become submissive to the mercy of God. Fourth, there was a crack system of education, if it is was to be considered an education. What was being taught in the schools were repetitive prayers and other things that could not be used by students to lead the country to progress. There were no courses in agriculture, industry, and etc., which were badly needed by the Filipinos during those times. Fifth, the Spanish rules were a bad example to despise manual labor. The officials reported to work at noon and left early. all the while doing nothing in line with their duties. The women were seen constantly followed by servants who dressed them and fanned them, personal things which they ought to have done for themselves. 6. Gambling was established and widely propagated during those times. Almost every day, there were cockfights, and during fast days, the government officials and friars were the first to engage in all sorts of bets and gambles. 7. There was a crack system of religion. The friars taught naive Filipinos that it was easier for a poor man to enter heaven, and so they prepared not to work and remain poor so that they could easily enter heaven after they died. So lastly, the taxes were extremely high, so much that the huge proportion of what they earned went to the government or to the friars. When the object of their labor was removed and they were exploited, they were reduced in action. So next, Rizal admitted that the Filipinos did not work so hard because they were wise enough to adjust themselves to the warm tropical climate. An hour's work under that burning sun in the midst of pernicious influences springing from nature and activity is equal to a day's labor in a temperature climate. So Rizal explained, violent work is not a good thing in tropical countries, as it would be parallel to death, destruction, and annihilation. It can clearly be deducted from the writing that the cause of the indolence attributed to our race is pain. When the Filipinos wanted to study and learn, there were no schools, and if there were any, they are lacked sufficient resources and did not present more useful knowledge. When the Filipinos wanted to establish their businesses, there was not enough capital nor protection from the government. When the Filipino tried to cultivate their lands and establish various industries, they were made to pay enormous taxes and were exploited by the foreign rules. However, it is also important to note that the indolence of the Filipinos did not only stem for the many factors related to Spain colonization. Next, there are, however, other factors attributed to the Filipinos themselves, and these are the following. Number one, the feeling of inferiority is very much prevalent among the Filipinos. This paralyzes all possibilities for growth and development, giving the Filipinos a tendency to give up without exerting extra effort. Second, with the antiquity of epics and legends in the country, the Filipinos have the prosperity to place all hopes and on miracles. This is seen among the Filipinos who lead a contemplate and lazy life while giving money to the church in the hope of miracles and wonderful future ahead. 3. The Filipinos have developed a lack of spirit to pursue lofty purposes. Since we had been continued as an inferior race, Filipinos opt to conform to routine activities up to the point that they no longer aspire to become greater individuals. 4. There is a lack of national sentiment among many of us. Instead of being proud of what the country has achieved, we sometimes tend to focus more on the negative situations. As Rizal puts it, a man in the Philippines is only an individual. He is not a member of a nation. So, in conclusion of his essay, sa essay ni Rizal emphasizes on the need for good education and liberty as the main solution to achieving progress in the Philippines and in solving problem of indolence. So that's all. Thank you.
Letter to the Young Woman of Malolos. On December 12, 1888, 20 women of Malolos petitioned to open a night school to study Spanish, showing remarkable bravery despite opposition, including from a Spanish priest. Their request was eventually granted under the condition that Guadalupe Reyes would be their teacher. Rizal wrote a letter on February 22, 1889 in London, praising their courage and advocating for women's right to education. He emphasizes that women should have the same educational opportunities as men, contrary to the previous belief that their primary role was domestic and subordinate.
The responsibilities of Filipino mothers to their children. Rizal explains that children learn from what their mothers show them. If a mother acts with blind obedience, her children may also grow up without thinking for themselves. Therefore, mothers should be strong, wise, and teach their children to value their rights and dignity. So Rizal wants to remind us that mothers have a big influence on their children. So ang mga anak is kanang makatuon sila og unsa ang mga ginapakita sa ilahang mama sa ilaha. So if the mother always follows without thinking, the child might also grow up the same way. So anak si Rizal, dapat ang mga mama is matatag, kabalo, o kanang nga sila kaugalingon nga kana ang panindigan. So they should guide their children to be brave, to think for themselves, and to respect their rights and dignity.
Rizal advised to unmarried women, don't be deceived by appearance, look for fairness and of character and lofty ideas in a man. Qualities to look for in a husband, a noble and a honored name, a manly heart, and a spirit that won't accept enslavement. Rizal advised to unmarried women, don't be deceived by appearance, look for fairness of character and lofty ideas in a man, qualities to look for in a husband, a noble and honored name, a manly heart, and a spirit that once accept enslavement.
Summary. Rizal's letter to the young woman of Malolos centers around 5 major points. Zaid and Zaid in 1999. First is Filipino mothers should teach their children love of God, country, and fellow men. Second, Filipino mothers should be glad to honored like Spartan mothers to offer their sons and defense on their country. Third is Filipino women should know how to protect their dignity and honor. Fourth, Filipino women should educate themselves aside from retaining their good racial values. And lastly is, faith is not merely reciting prayers and wearing religious pictures. It's living the real Christian way with good morals and manners. Conclusion. In recent time, it seems that these qualities are gradually lost in the way Filipino women conduct themselves. There are oftentimes moments where mothers forget their rules and rearing their children because of the overriding idea of having to earn for the family to supplement their husband's income. Although there is nothing negative about working hard for the welfare of the family, there must always be balance in the way people go through life. Failure in the home cannot be compensated for by any amount of wealth or fame. And that's all. Thank you.